Hey guys, hope everyone's doing well. This is a little video I threw together on our weekend trip. It's supposed to be a 3-day trip, turned into a 1-day. We'll get more into that later. It's a New Hampshire Overland route. Found it on a website. I'll provide the link below. Turned out pretty good. Only got to do 1 day out of it, but excited to try out the next 2 days as we get going. We're leaving from Boston, so we're leaving Friday night, go to camp about 20 miles south of the Canadian border, and get started first thing in the morning. So this is us leaving, and we'll get more into getting started on the trip here in a little bit. Alright, woke up about 5:30 in the morning, ate breakfast, took the dogs on a walk. There's trails all around the campground, which is pretty neat. And then from here, we're getting started going north. There's going to be a little bit of a backtracking this first day, just for that 20 miles to cover to get to Canada. But it's not that bad, it's a pretty drive, and it's over pretty quick. Alright, this is where we hit the dirt. You do about 30-35 miles of dirt roads the first day. None of them were too bad. Didn't have to go in 4-wheel drive at any point. This was a Tower Road turn-off fire tower hike. It was a real good stop. Pretty strenuous hike. Probably 45 minutes to an hour 20 one way, depending on your skill level. And if you got dogs, there's a creek pretty near the beginning of the trail, but nothing else after that. So I recommend you bring water. And this is Garfield Falls. It's just one waterfall, but it was pretty sweet. Water gets pretty deep, good swimming hole, swimming area. I had a lot of fun here. Unfortunately for Tamara, she had to deal with the dogs as I ran away and went swimming. This was my first go at a GoPro, so I got a little excited. And the current got a little strong, so if it's shaky, deal with it. Alright, this is the Mount Washington Auto Road. It's a pretty sweet road. It's expensive. It's $35 for a car and an adult, and then $10 for each additional adult. So my wife and I ended up paying $45. I was pretty pissed off about that, but by the end of it, I thought it was probably worth doing at least once. just have some patience. It's crowded, it's slow, but when you get to the top, it's definitely worth it. This is a pretty neat history here. This road has been around since started construction in 1854, and the road originally was for tourism, so it's nothing new, but I'm sure the price has changed. This is the highest peak in New England area. It's around 6,200 feet. The road itself is just under 8 miles. There's mile markers and elevation markers as you go up, so it gives you a good idea of how much progress you're making. The way down, everybody just rides their brakes the whole time, so if you have some hill descent control like we did in our truck, I highly recommend using it. Otherwise, there's pull-offs all over the place for you to pull off and let your brakes cool down. But like I said, it's pretty cool, pretty neat. You'll get some views from the top here, and I'd recommend doing it. Alright, so finishing Mount Washington Auto Road was our last event of the day, and from here we were going to go find camping out in the National Forest, just do some dispersed camping. However, White Mountain National Forest is basically a Burning Man festival due to COVID. There were 0 open sites. We spent 5 hours driving Forest Service Road after Forest Service Road, and eventually ended up on the Tripoli Forest Service Road. And this is what it looked like.